say interview. I don't know how to genre our chit chat, but since you liked the previous video and asked some questions yourself, here is part 2 of that. If you haven't seen the first episode with the Mirage level designer Michael, then make sure to check it out first. So I guess we are ready to go with the part 2.
First of all, my mic is much better now.
Yeah, it is.
So it should be okay. The first thing I can say that I read some of the comments and thanks a lot. There was like, I don't know how many, but a lot of comments. Some comments were not, what can I say, but not so important. But the guy who asked if I was straight or gay, I'm straight. And I have 0 kids. I have none kids. But we are working on it. We're working on it.
After the mic check and the first words, I could remember someone in the comment section wanted to hear more about angles. So Michael showed me his favorite angles that were originally in his creation.
So this angle, of course, it's quite big, but it's still very important for City to come here and check mid.
Yeah.
And of course this one. Yeah, exactly. So we can spot him. And why, you ask? That's because when you create like this, a middle of a map, it's important to think about how the T's should approach mid, how the City should approach mid. So if they put like a smoke here, let's say it's just a bad smoke, but whatever. He can take this position now. He can move down, perhaps. Check this house, this vent up here. Then perhaps boost his friend up. He can go back. So now they have like one up here instead. They have checked this position, no one is here, and they can advance to catwalk or something like that. So if you want to create, for me at least, a good map, you have to think about some of the angles. Then of course the pro players or wherever who plays a map can figure out 100 smokes. That is not intention by me or Valve, of course, but that's just fun, to see a map grow onto players.
Since we were on a B short, Michael told me about another change that wasn't there in the first version of Mirage.
Yeah, because on my map you cannot do this. You cannot stand here. It was clipped.
Ah, okay.
So this jump is not intentional by me. That's something that Valve created.
Okay, what do you think about this? It makes
I don't like
easy.
it. Yeah, it makes it too easy, and I think it's stupid that you can walk on these bars. It doesn't look good in game 2. So for me it's a no, but wherever.
And then if you wrote a comment under my previous video, you had a chance to ask something from Michael. So I asked him some of your questions. Firstly, is it actually a fast-paced map?
Yeah, okay. We can talk about that. So when I say a fast-paced map, I'm not talking about how a player plays the map or how a team plays the map, because it can be like 100 different scenarios, right? How to approach a map, how to approach a site. So if we just time this map and go like now, and we go to A site, so it's like, I don't know, 5, 6, 7 seconds, it's very fast. Then if you play like a T on Dust 2, how many seconds does it take for you to go to A or B? Yeah, around 20 or something, I would think 70. So it takes 10 seconds less to get to the site here. So that's, for me, it's a fast-paced map. But if you want, of course, Mirage is you need lots of smoke to approach the sites. So of course you want to go it slow. You want to prepare your smokes and your team to get a bomb down.
Next up, again, a money question.
No comment, because we have a contract, so I can't talk about it. Sorry. I really sound like a douche when I say it, but that's how it is, And I don't want to talk about the money either. So next question.
Then we moved forward with the educational background topic. What background a map maker should have. But since he hasn't got the educational background himself, he could only talk about his own background.
Okay, well, I have no background. I have always been interested in how to create maps or levels for other games. Counter-Strike is not the first game I've designed maps for. It's pretty much all started with Duke Nukem 3D. It was a game from, 1995 or something, when 90% of the comments on this video was not even born. Then I moved on to Red Alert. It was a game in the Command & Conquer series. Then to StarCraft 1, which is really famous. And then when Quake 1 came out, I started to make levels for that game. I really loved Quake 1. But then when Quake 2 came out, which I played for 14 years, I was hooked on Quake. And without sounding like a douche, I've created lots of great maps for Quake 2 as well. But of course, Mirage for CS is my most famous. Most famous creation. So I have no education. I've just I've tried myself. Hammer for me was my first program to make maps for Counter-Strike, and then I used some other map programs for Quake, and so it's just about learning. You can read, and nowadays you can read lots of on YouTube if you want to do that. But back when I created maps in 2001 or 2, you had to be able to do all your stuff on your own.
Also, Pierrald wanted to know why there are no doors on Mirage. We took Palace as an example, but pretty much the same story goes with B apps.
If you would add a door here, it would pretty much change the entire site, the approach for T's, because when you come here as a T, and if you had the door, he can stand here without getting spotted, okay? So it can be like 1 second from the site itself, okay? So it changes the entire approach. And this guy can just stand here and wait for the door to open. And same for this guy. It's there, so he can peek here. He can stand here much easier, to peek down here. So when he sees the door, he can just take the shot very easily.
But why he wants to remove all the boosts?
Because it's random, it's buggy. Look at your feet. You're flying, and it's a bug. It's like, I don't know. It's not intentional. You know.
Next up, one of the most important questions: why does he sound like Anomaly?
Because we're Swedes both.
You actually know Anomaly?
Yeah, and I don't know him, but I've seen some of his YouTube videos back in the days. And this is how it sounds if we're not the Skarsgård's brother, because then we have like very rich people that learn us how to talk properly American accent,
Yeah.
But for me, I don't talk much English nowadays, so I sound like this. I'm sorry, guys. That's how it is.
Little bit confusing question for me, but hey, there are no stupid questions. Thanks for asking. And if you're wondering, then workshop itself is open for everyone.
Because I've sold this one to Valve, so this map is not on workshop. But my new map, Iris, is on workshop or our gray box. So if you want to test it and leave us comments, please do. We would really appreciate it. We need all feedback we can have.
Alright, then we talked about ladders and doors once again.
Okay, so we talked before about ladders, and doors. And for me, if you add one ladder or one door, it's a shortcut for a bad layout, okay?
Yeah.
But if you look at Mirage, what do we have here? It's a ladder.
It's a ladder, yeah.
And look at A-site, what do we have there? It's a ladder, okay? I added this because it's very natural, to go up here. Yeah, it's natural. But then I added this crates because you should be able to have 2 ways up, in my opinion. So this ladder is kinda, it's not necessary because you can still get up, but in a more design way, you need a ladder here because it's a balcony, okay? So it's not, in my opinion, it's not stupid or broken or something like that. On my version on 1.6, and I've seen lately when I saw the DreamHack now in Stockholm, I think it was Nico or something. He was standing here on top of this, and I think this is broken. Okay, so you can stand here. So you need to be. So when you come here as a T, can you check here, and here he can see you before he can see me, right?
Yeah, true.
He can see me before you
And
can see him.
actually, if you're staying crouched in this corner, you can shoot like under me because I'm kind of flying. If you look at me, right?
Oh yeah.
Yeah,
Okay.
I'm
You
flying.
fly.
Yeah.
Okay.
There's a
So
like
that's
gap.
yeah. So
under
that's
me.
very broken. So on my map, I had this ladder of course, but it was clipped here. So when you came up, you cannot stand here. You will just then I came here.
Ah, okay, yeah.
So it's much smooth and because I think this is stupid as the pixel works.
Does he have any other new projects coming up soon?
Yeah, except for Iris, me and some other guys are working on a remake of my old map. It's a map called Engage, which I made, I think it was 2005 or 6 or something. And we have like now a proper gray box on it, and you can actually play it now.
And now one more time, where can you test out the Iris?
My new map, mine and Oliver's new map. How we can test it? Like I said before, the gray box version is up on our workshop, mine and Oliver's. So please check it out and give us feedback. We love feedback on the gray box, so we can improve it even more. It's not 100% yet because we have changed some stuff of the gray box already in the final version. And in I think 1.5 months or something, we should have like a big play test. It could be on Faceit or something, or perhaps me and you, Nate King, can do something, and Oliver can do something. You can play with the subs or something. I don't know. I should not say this too much because we haven't talked about it, so I don't want to spoil anything. But me and Oliver have talked about regarding Iris to have like a big play test.
As Michael already told you, there's a possibility that they are going to host a tournament with prizes to release the map, plus celebrate, and also gather the feedback. Because as you know, even if the maps are finished or released, there are constant updates on the maps, so feedback and bug reporting is always important to get the best map as possible. But the tournament means that we could play together. I could pick some of my subs and play the tournament with you guys. So if you are interested, let me know in the right top corner of the video right now. As I told you, it's not 100% yet, but maybe we could do it. It of course depends on your feedback as well. But I would love to play with some of my subs. I have already met some of you randomly at matchmaking and it has been fun so far. So I think it would be pretty cool to play the tournament with you guys. And after we finished our talks on Mirage, we changed the map to the Iris and wandered around the Greybox version. This is the first version of the map. No graphics, no extra props or anything. So if you know nothing about map making, it could freak you out. But it's just to test out the layout, some angles and how quick are the rotations, etc. I can say that I like the layout and it's pretty unique in a couple of different ways. Here's a little sneak peek for you.
Yeah, so this is the gray box version of the Iris. We have a gray box version of the map, so you can test it out and see how the layout works. It's not representative of the final version of the map, but yeah, you can play the gray box on the workshop now if you want.
Yeah. Okay. So this is A site, like we said,
Yeah.
and here is T spawn. So you see, it's pretty fast.
You can use this at the same time to boost up a friend at the beginning of the match.
Peek here if you want to, or AVP or something. We can have a guy back here watching the boost or the entrance up here.
So middle is interesting because of the height variance here. If you look up here, you can see there's an entrance, and you can use this as a platform to peek this connector. So the CTs can hold middle up here, and the terrorists can use the upper and the lower level.
This is very unique actually for.
So you have to jump to get over.
And perhaps you kill here, and you can go towards B instead. And the screenshot on B we sent you, it's pretty much 100% how it looks now. And look how this grey box looks compared to the screenshot.
True that. It's completely
It's
two different bomb sites.
Yeah, 2 different bomb sites.
Functionally, it's similar, but we made some very important changes in the new version.
Yeah, up here.
I think that's enough for now. I can't spoil everything. You can download the Greybox version yourself, test it out, and give Michael and Oliver some valuable feedback. Or you can just wait for the release and then try it out. Maybe there will be a tournament where I can play with you guys. We'll see how it pans out. Anyways, I hope you liked the video. You are always welcome to chat with me in the comment section. We will see you in the next video, and thanks for watching. If you have decent aim, you could click on the next video right now.